Good evening, YouTube. Today I am here to talk to you about dice, as you might be able to uh, guess. Um, and dice are kind of interesting for me and fun for me because this is how I got into gaming in the first place. I originally was not a gamer, but a dice collector. Not particularly great at it, but uh, dice fascinated me, and then different types of dice fascinated me, and then ultimately I got into gaming sort of through that. So I thought I'd give you an overview of my dice collection, talk to you about some of the cool ones that I found, um, and just do a general share with you. Um, the first die I ever um, owned, collected, was this little die. It's from a backgammon game. I don't know how to play backgammon. Um, I've never played backgammon. My parents had a set, and as far as I can tell, they have never actually played it. Um, but there you go. And that was the first die I ever got. And then I took that from there, but it wasn't missed. And then I started taking dice from other games. I know this one was from Monopoly, and these two were from Parcheesi. I don't know where these came from. They're slightly different um, than some of the other D6s that I found, just in their pips seem to be a bit more in from the edge, especially on the 6, which I find curious um, and a bit interesting. I also found some old dice that I was allowed to have, 3 reds and a green. I don't know where they're from, probably from an old game. It's not like we played the board games, and nobody's complained about the missing dice. These dice here are the only dice I've ever gotten as a gift from someone else. Um, the reds are things I've bought, or sometimes things I've found. I found this D12, and it's a pretty cool D12. It's a pretty big D12. I have no idea where I found it, somewhere in Rhode Island, but I thought it was a pretty cool find, and it was just lying on the ground, and I picked it up. Here are some of the other D12s that I have. These here are D8s. This one is very speckled. I really like that design. A lot of these are blue or indigo colored because I really like indigo and blue, my favorite colors. I've got a couple D20s that are multicolored. They change color from one side to another, which I think is pretty cool. And I have this D30, and the D30 is awesome. It rolls very nicely, and it feels good, and it's a larger die. I wouldn't mind if it were smaller, but it's just, I don't know, it's a very nice thing. Feels pretty good. It feels more, it feels better to roll it than it does a D20, and D20s are fairly smooth. It just feels smoother, I guess. I bought an extended set of D&D dice, and I got a D16, which is pretty cool, and a D14, which has the days of the week on it twice around, which is pretty interesting. Haven't really found much of a use for them yet in games, but I generally play White Wolf and not D&D. I have a D3, got two D4s. Actually, one of them's new because I found a gaming. It's not exactly a gaming place, but it is a games and puzzles place in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, which is a couple towns over from where I live, and it's pretty awesome. I have two D5s. D5s are some of my favorite shaped dice. Um, it's not intuitive that this shape rolls equally on pretty much all 5 numbers, but it really does. I have done some tests, and the people who sell them have done the tests. They're game science precision dice, and I really like them. I just like the sharpness of them. As you can see, I've got D20. I've got dice in all sizes except for the D30 that are precision dice. D24 is probably one of my favorite dice, just because it's so odd. It's oddly shaped, and it's it rolls nicely, and it's just fascinating to look at. And you'll notice here I don't actually have any of my D10s. And this is because I am a World of Darkness player, and so I'm just going to move these all out of the way. Because I'm a World of Darkness player, I have a lot of D10s. And these are pretty... these are my D10s. I have one of the speckled. It's red. I just found it the other day in a shop. Very cool buy. I sort of have a cascade of reds and oranges and yellows that I found, which I really like. I got this one blue speckled die, and it doesn't have a match. I'm sort of sad about that, but it's pretty cool. I've got more game science dice. This is my most recent prized find. It's a very nice indigo color. The numbers aren't painted. I'm moving in a couple days, so I'm not interested in finding my silver paint pen before then, but I'm planning on painting the numbers. I have a couple speckled dice that have glitter in them, which are pretty cool. They're fun to watch while rolling because they just light up. I've got these swirled dice. They all are different patterns, and I think they're called vortex dice, but they're pretty awesome. And they come in a set of 10. I've got different colored game science dice. Got the nice gray, bright. It looked more green in the photo online, but I'm not displeased with the color. And then some very light blue, which also didn't look the same color online, but I'm not unhappy with them either. And then I have some, bigger dice. Interesting. These are actually numbers in Arabic, so that's a 10, that's a 6, it's a 4, it's an 8, and that is a 2. And then you've got a 5, a 1, a 9, a 3, and a 7. So I like those. And I never use them because no one besides me can read them, but I think they're cool anyway. And then I've got a Roman numeral die, which is also pretty cool. So those are my dice, and I apologize if this wasn't your cup of tea, but I just really like collecting a lot of dice, and obviously I don't use all of these on a regular basis, but it's the collection and the hobby that got me into the gaming hobby, so it's still sort of important to me. So I hope to talk to you again soon. This is Theo, signing off.